Welcome to this Pixotope tutorial. In this video, I'll introduce you to Asset Hub, our solution for managing projects and files across multiple machines. Pixotope Asset Hub is a shared data storage system with support for synchronization of data across all connected Pixotope machines. In a multi-machine setup, Asset Hub enables users to make changes to a project and automatically propagate those changes to all machines, saving time and effort by keeping every machine perfectly in sync. The Asset Hub synchronizes content stored in the synced storage folder. By default, the synced storage folder is located in the Pixotope installation directory. It is possible, however, to change the folder location in Pixotope Director. To do so, go to Start and then Machine Settings. Here you can change the synced storage folder as needed. To start, move your project over to the Projects folder within Sync Storage. Then, when creating a new show, your project will appear in the Sync Storage drop-down menu. Alternatively, when creating a new show, you can browse to your project and then choose to either move your project into Sync Storage or to make a copy. After creating a show, it will automatically appear on other connected machines. It is now possible to push the project, making it available for other machines to pull. Let's take a look at how to manage synced files. Starting with the Launch panel, you have controls to push and pull changes made to your project. It is also possible to set a machine to auto-pull. Please note that if you open a level in edit mode, auto-pull for projects automatically deactivates. The Sync Storage section is available in both Setup and Production. This is where you manage all synced files, not just projects, but common files and synced configs as well. Here you can push and pull changes and, like the Launch panel, set a machine to auto-pull. There's an overview of the available changes, as well as a history of past changes, with the option to restore previous states. Common Files manages any additional files you wish to distribute to all machines. To share a file, move it into the Common folder under Sync Storage. The Asset Hub will watch for changes made to files in this folder. The Synced Config section gives you overview and control of essential config files that Asset Hub manages and distributes. These are lens files and custom calibrated LUTs generated in the color matching panel for XR setups. The Synced Config folder is located in the Installation folder away from Sync Storage. It is important that this folder is not moved. By default, both Common Files and Synced Config are set to auto-pull. They are not affected by opening a level in edit mode. Now let's see how this works in practice. I have a project synced, and so the same level is available on my server and client machines. I'll make a change to the level. Once I save, the Asset Hub will recognize that the level has been updated. I now have the option to push the change or to discard it. Changes can be pushed collectively, or I can pick from the list what I want to discard and what I want to keep. In this case, I will push everything. Once I push the change, it will now be available for my second machine to pull. If the editor is open, it will close before the pull is actioned. And now my machines are again perfectly in sync. If I'm not happy with a change, I have the option to go to the history section and roll back to an earlier version. The Asset Hub plugin allows you to manage changes directly from the editor. In the content browser, you will see an indication of what is currently in sync. The tick box indicates that a file is in sync, and I can confirm again when I hover over. If I right-click on a file, I have options to push and pull changes via the Asset Hub menu. Now I'll make a change to my level. Once I save, a yellow arrow will appear on the file indicating that there are now changes I can push. In the Asset Hub menu, I have the options to either push this file's changes or to push all changes on this machine. Once the changes have been pushed, they will now be available to pull on all other machines. This is indicated by a blue arrow. With the Asset Hub plugin, it is possible to lock individual files. When locked, a padlock will appear on the file. If I browse to that file on another machine, I will see this icon. And if I hover over the asset, I will see additional information, including which machine has locked it. If I am confident that this has been done in error, it is possible to force unlock the asset. If someone makes a change on a file and you want to check what has been changed without overwriting your own work, you can opt to pull a copy. Unlike Pull All Changes, which updates everything, Pull Copy lets you selectively download specific files to examine. This gives you more control over how you integrate changes made by others with your own work. To use the Pull Copy function, right-click on the file and click Pull Copy in the Asset Hub menu, or in Director, locate the file in the list of available changes to pull in the Sync Storage section. If I wish to keep the changes, I can choose to push the change, which makes the pulled copy the newest version in the system, or I can pull the change. The result is the same, except this action would also pull all other available changes. Otherwise, I can discard. When multiple team members work on the same file simultaneously, it is possible that conflicts can occur. The Asset Hub helps manage and resolve these conflicts, maintaining a smooth workflow and preventing data loss. When a conflict occurs between the local and server versions of a file, the Asset Hub creates a new file with the pxconflict suffix to ensure all work is preserved. Files with the pxconflict suffix are ignored by the Asset Hub system and won't appear in Director or the editor. This means they won't be visible in Content Browser. It is not possible to push these files to the server, and therefore the files cannot be pulled by other machines. If you need to access or work with these conflict files, you can find the files through File Explorer. Navigate to your project folder, and the conflict files are located alongside the main files. If you want a conflict file to appear in the content browser or to share it with your team, you'll need to rename it and remove the pxconflict suffix. Let's see how this works in practice. I will make a change on engine A, save, and push. I will also make a change on engine B. When I save, an exclamation mark appears on the file which warns us that there is a potential conflict, as there are now two versions of the same file in the system. To resolve this potential conflict, I have two options. I can push Engine B's local changes, which overwrites the server version. When I do so, I see on Engine A I can pull these changes like so. Alternatively, I could pull the changes, which replaces Engine B's local changes with Engine A's version. The local version is saved as a conflict file. For situations where you need to quickly resolve conflicts, Asset Hub provides advanced options in Director via keyboard shortcuts. If you hold down Ctrl, you'll be given the option to force pull. Force pull discards any local modifications and replaces your working files with the exact content from the server. When you force pull, the data from the server overwrites the original file and the local version is preserved as a conflict file. Hold down Ctrl and Shift together and you'll have the option to hard reset and pull. As the button warms, this is a destructive process that completely resets the local sync storage, including ignored files. It completely removes all local changes, uncommitted work, and even local commits that haven't been pushed. Only use this operation when you're certain you want to completely discard your local work. For more information on this, or any other Pixotope subject, please visit the Pixotope Help Center, link in the description.